Hi, my name is Martin Birkmann. I'm the product manager for BMW of North America. Today here we have two new creations of the M brand family, the X6 M and the X5 M, and we are right at their birthplace, the plant in South Carolina. It's not the first time that new members to the M family have given life to them here in the South Carolina factory. Also in '97, the M Roadster was the first M concept that was given life here. So now we have a complete family with two SUVs. With the addition of these two sports activity vehicles, the X6 M and the X5 M, we now have a very complete M family. They also bring a couple of firsts to the M brand, and all of them are pretty exciting. For the first time, we have this form factor, of course, in an M vehicle, a sports activity vehicle. For the first time, we have all-wheel drive automatic transmission. But I think for most enthusiasts, what's really exciting is what's happening under the hood. So for the first time in 30 years of M brand history, we now have turbocharged engines. This is a great opportunity for us because now the technology is such that we can deliver what an M vehicle is supposed to deliver: high levels of control, high levels of linearity and engine response with turbo technology. These turbos are very advanced. They are inside-out engines, which means they are reverse flow. They take the air from the outside and exhaust them in the inside of the belly of their V8s. And that has allowed us to launch a new technology called CCM, or Cylinder Bank Comprehensive Exhaust Manifold. And that allows us to feed those turbos with air impulses every 90-degree crankshaft rotation. Sounds incredibly complicated. It is to think about it, but when you think about the deliveries, it's all there. It's a lot of power at very linear outputs. If you go back in history and look at the M brand since the late 70s, when the first M product, the M1, has come out, what we have done ever since the M1 was to bring high performance into an everyday form factor. By form factor, I mean something like a sedan. The first true M car, the E28 M5, was a regular sedan, 4-door, 5 seats with an M engine, M suspension and M brakes. Then we've gone to coupes, to convertibles, to roadsters, and now to sports activity vehicles. So for us, these vehicles are a real logical expansion of the M brand family. So can these vehicles perform like an M vehicle is supposed to? Well, the short answer is yes. They go in 4.5 seconds to 60, but we've always said we're not building vehicles for the drag strip and for quarter-mile races. They're all about handling and control. And this is where these vehicles, again, deliver on the M brand promise. We have changed the algorithms for the all-wheel drive. It is a largely rear-wheel biased driving experience, so you can throttle steer these vehicles like you're expecting it from an M product. And we've made use of the dynamic performance control, our active rear differential, for the first time employed in the X5 as well, that allows to route engine torque to the outside wheel and help the vehicle rotate into the corner. So the level of agility you see in these vehicles is far beyond anything else you see in the whole market. A question that we are asked a lot: is something like a high-performance SUV not an oxymoron? Well, we believe we have given the proof already a couple of years ago. In 2003, we put a racing motor in the X5 and chased it around the Nürburgring. And it set a remarkable lap time of under 8 minutes, but of course it was race brakes, race tires, and a one-seater. Now these two have all the features and luxury amenities that you would expect from a vehicle in the luxury market, and they still lapped the Nürburgring faster than the previous generation M3, which by no means was a slouch. So M vehicles have always also been about styling difference. And here the form follows function principle is very valid. If you look at the front of these vehicles, not only do they look very aggressive, but of course they're also very functional. So you see a lot and big air openings. You have a brake and gearbox and engine cooling, but also of course you want to feed the engine with air. So big air openings, big cooling. Then in terms of performance, what's always key is that we include big brake packages. On the M vehicles, these are fixed caliper 4-piston brakes. Huge diameter, about 16 inches, basically fade-free and very modular to apply. Going around the vehicle, you see that despite the fact that these are sports activity vehicles, all the cladding is kept in body color. It gives the vehicles more aggressive, a more sporty appearance. And then once we complete things here at the back of the X6 M in this case, you see something that you're expected to see from an M vehicle, a quad exhaust, communicating engine performance and acceleration in the view that most motorists will ever see of this vehicle from the back. So with all M vehicles, the best seat in the house is the driver's seat. Sporty steering wheel, Napa wrapped with the M-colored stitching, a speedometer in this vehicle up until 180 miles an hour, the variable ref tachometer that shows you when the engine is warm and to be taken to the maximum speed, and of course an oil thermometer that again shows you when the vehicle is ready. Optionally, you can see in the center screen the torque distribution. We have our dynamic performance control here, an active differential that routes the torque to the wheel that has the most traction, and the way how it does that among all four wheels can be displayed in the center display. You have an automatic gearbox with an ergonomically shaped M-branded lever that can be driven either in the automatic mode or in sport mode, or of course manually. Additionally, we have shift pedals behind the wheel that also allow for manual shifting. The X6M and the X5M share most of the technology that makes them these great performance driving machines. But of course, one look at the outside of them shows where they're different. You see the more sporty, coupe-shaped roofline of the X6 that makes it truly a unique concept in the SAV segment, and the more traditional shape with a very muscular ending of the X5. Surrounding me here, underneath the hoods of the X5M and the X6M, are the two V8s that are powering them. Together more than 1100 horsepower, 555 apiece. So how did we get to that level of performance? Well, we've taken the 4.4 liter V8 engine that has first launched in the X6 last year, or in the 7 Series earlier this year, and have changed the exhaust. Now we are feeding each of the turbochargers, it's a twin turbo, every 90 degrees of crank rotation. So we have a lot more frequent feeding impulse, breathing impulse to the turbochargers that allows us to increase the boost, to increase the revs, and of course ultimately to increase torque and horsepower.